Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus, the Academy for Civil Services. Today we are here to discuss the UPSC CSC weekly current affairs, and these are the current affairs covering the time period of 21 December to 31st December 2024. Before starting the discussion, I would like to tell you that the discussion will be in the format of the MCQ as well as two mains question. So let us start our discussion. Our first question is, which of the following statements regarding protected area permit in India is incorrect? So our options are: the protected area permit is required for the foreign national to visit the specific protected area in India as per the Foreigners Protected Area Order 1958. Option 2, PAP is valid for individual and group tourists, minimum of 2 people, and permit is restricted to designated circuit route and entry exit point. Number 3, foreign national must obtain PAP from MEA, and application can be submitted directly to MHA. D, overstaying the validity is prohibited and foreign national must register with the foreigner registration officer within 24 hours of arrival. सो प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया परमिट क्या होता है? सबसे पहली चीज जो हम सुनते हैं कि जैसे हम नागालैंड में विजिट कर रहे हैं और वी आर विजिटिंग इन सम districts of Arunachal Pradesh or Sikkim, then we heard that we have to take some inner line permit. Some permit is required for the outsider and those who are Indian citizen, that is residing in India. But the another system here is protected area permit, which is required for the foreigners. For domestic, for Indian citizen, we required inner line permit. For foreigners, we required protected area permit. So, with respect to this protected area permit, there are certain norms. For example, in this question, amongst all the statements given, the incorrect one is number C. The application for the PAP is submitted to MHA and approval is taken from MHA, that is Ministry of Home Affairs, and not MEA. Other statements given in this question are correct. That PAP is taken under the Foreigners Protected Order 1958. It is applicable to both individual and group tourists, that is minimum of 2 people, and restricted to certain entry exit points or routes. Along with that, we should also know that it should be taken within 24 hours of arrival, and जब हमने ये परमिट ले लिया तो जितनी उसकी वैलिडिटी है, जो टाइम पीरियड लिखा हुआ है, विद इन दैट टाइम ओनली द फॉरनर कैन स्टे विद इन द पर्टिकुलर रीजन, otherwise it is prohibited. So let us see the explanation part also. Since government, why this topic is in news? Because government has reinstated this PAP regime in where? In Manipur, Mizoram and Nagaland. Earlier it was not present in Manipur, Mizoram and Nagaland. In other states where this regime is present, in Arunachal, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, parts of Jammu Kashmir, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand. So these are the places where this regime is applicable. With respect to the explanation, already I have explained with the options. So moving on to our next question. Question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding Bodo Bum Bilmuk Bird Sanctuary. Let's see the statements. The sanctuary is located at the Dhemaji Lakhimpur district in Assam and covers an area of 11.25 square kilometer. It was established as a wildlife sanctuary in 1986. The sanctuary experiences a tropical moist climate, supporting wetlands and flood valley grasslands. Major migratory bird species found here include spot-billed pelican and lesser adjutant. The sanctuary is well known for its dense forest cover and diverse population of large mammals. So, with respect to this sanctuary, it was recently in news, so this question has been included. The Bordoy Bum Bilmuk Sanctuary तो नाम से ही हमें पता लग रहा है बोर्डोए बम, ये यूजुअली बोर्डोलोए, और ये वाला जो नाम रहता है इट्स फाउंड इन आसाम साइड। तो लखीमपुर खेड़ी डिस्ट्रिक्ट आसाम में। सो स्टेटमेंट 1, the location wise it is correct, the establishment year is incorrect, it's 1996, and sanctuary experiences the moist climate, wetlands, flood valley region, this is also correct. With respect to the birds found here is spot-billed pelican and lesser adjutant, the statement 4 is correct. However, there is absence of dense forest cover and large mammals. So our option 5 and option 2 are incorrect. So answer will be B. Let's see the location. Why this first thing is why this century was in news recently, because it has significantly seen a 72% decline in bird species, and that is only due to your anthropogenic activities, due to climate change, due to the construction works going on there. That is why the century has gained prominence in news. So we should be aware of its location. Let us see the location in the map of Assam. Assam has certain other important wildlife sanctuary and national parks also. So let's see the locations. The one is Chakrashila Wildlife Sanctuary. Then another wildlife sanctuary is Barnodi, Sonai Rupai, then Gurachapuri, Laukhova, Garam Pani, Pani Dihing, Bodoi Bilmuk, यही वाली सेंचुरी है जो इसमें significant decline हुआ है. So this is the location. Then another centuries are Dibru Saikhova, Padupani, Bherjan, Borajan. So with respect to other areas, especially your national parks, जो बहुत important है वो है काजीरंगा, ओरांग, मानस. As you know, these three are your national park. Deepor Bill and Pobitaro are your wildlife sanctuary only. तो ये लोकेशन आपसे नॉर्थ टू साउथ पूछ सकते हैं, ईस्ट टू वेस्ट, वेस्ट टू ईस्ट. दिस कैन ऑल्सो बी आस्क्ड. As we know, this region is totally covered your grasslands, covered by your grasslands, tropical climate. So this is not under forested region. So moving on, recently new telecommunication rules of 2024 with respect to interception of messages has been released, and certain guidelines are released with respect to the procedure of the interception. So the rules are named Telecommunication Procedure Safeguard for the Lawful Interception of the Messages Rule 2024. The question on it is let's see this statement. The Union Home Secretary and the State Home Secretary are designated as a competent authorities to authorize the interception of the message. Interception क्या होता है? कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग, जो हमारी अथॉरिटीज जो सुन सकती हैं, दैट इज नॉट कॉल रिकॉर्डिंग, बट जो भी आपकी कॉल हो रही है उसका इंटरसेप्ट करने का ऑथराइजेशन देना, वो कौन देता है? हमारे होम सेक्रेटरी एंड स्टेट होम सेक्रेटरी. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस रूट इज करेक्ट. Only the head of the agency can authorize the interception order, and it requires immediate confirmation within 7 working days. This statement is incorrect, as the rules provide certain flexibility not just to the head of the agency, means कोई department है उसका head करेगा ये नहीं. If there are emergency, if there is certain requirement of interception of messages, then even the field officer who is leading the team can also authorize such interceptions. And it is not necessary that immediate confirmation has to come before doing the interception. मीन्स काम करने से पहले आप पहले अप्रूवल लेना इस इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन में कई बार नेसेसरी नहीं है, तो ये फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी प्रोवाइड की गई है रूल्स में. इसका मतलब आप पहले इंटरसेप्ट करें, देन 7 डेज के अंदर कंफर्मेशन लें, not immediately. So this statement is incorrect. So we should be very attentive about the words written. Even single words can change the meaning of the entire statements. Third statement is interception records are required to be destroyed every 6 months unless required for the legal or the functional reason. So this is also a correct statement. Means जो भी आपने रिकॉर्ड इकट्ठे करे, जो भी इंटरसेप्ट किए मैसेज, उसको खत्म करना है 6 महीने के अंदर. तो आपका करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट क्या है? 1 and 3. The answer is 1 and 3. So this was notified in the recently released telecommunication rules. What else is there? That in emergency provision, for example, in some remote areas or for some operational reasons, the senior most or the heads or the second senior most officer can also authorize the interception orders. Moving on to our next question, that is with respect to recently launched SpaceX mission. भी काफी न्यूज में चर्चा में रहा है ये SpaceX मिशन. तो ये क्या है? स्टेटमेंट 1, SpaceX mission is a technology demonstrator by ISRO aimed at in space docking of 2 small spacecraft. So this statement is correct. अब इस SpaceX मिशन में हमने क्या किया है कि स्पेस में हमने लोअर अर्थ ऑर्बिट, सी यहाँ पे अर्थ है हमारी, सपोज ये अर्थ की लोअर अर्थ ऑर्बिट होती है, एक हायर हाइट पे जियोसिंक्रोनस ऑर्बिट होती है. तो हमने क्या किया है, अर्थ की लोअर अर्थ ऑर्बिट पे एक मिशन, 2 सैटेलाइट, 2 स्पेसक्राफ्ट्स को डॉक कर दिया. डॉक मतलब पार्किंग, सॉर्ट ऑफ पार्किंग कर दी गई है यहाँ पे, so that we can easily launch any other mission in future from this low earth orbit to the higher altitude, जो ज्यादा हाइट की जियोसिंक्रोनस ऑर्बिट है उस पे. तो हमारा फ्यूल और कम लगेगा और एफिशिएंसी बढ़ जाएगी. अभी हम अर्थ से लॉन्च करते हैं तो ज्यादा टाइम लगता है, हम लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट से करेंगे तो वो आसान हो जाएगा. तो दिस इज दैट मिशन. तो इसको किससे लॉन्च किया गया है? PSLV C60 launch vehicle से into the geosynchronous orbit. So this statement is wrong because it is launched into your low Earth orbit. One of the primary objective is to demonstrate the rendezvous docking and undocking of the 2 spacecrafts. So this is correct. So your option 1 and 3 are correct. Answer is A. SpaceX mission was launched on December 30, PSLV C60, and it's a technology demonstrator for in-space docking of 2 small spacecraft. And height क्या है low Earth orbit में आपकी 470 किलोमीटर. जियोसिंक्रोनस ऑर्बिट की हाइट बहुत ज्यादा होती है. Now, next question with respect to EPFO, that is Employees Provident Fund Organization. Our statements are it was established in 1952 under EPF and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952. That is correct. The main aim is to provide social security to the workers in an unorganized sector through the Provident Fund, pension, and the insurance. This is incorrect because it is with respect to organized sectors, not unorganized. The EPFO administers the 3 major schemes: EPF fund scheme, pension scheme, and the deposit link insurance scheme. So this is also the correct statement. The 1 and 3 are correct. So answer will be A. तो EPF किस एक्ट से बना है? 1952 के एक्ट से. EPF का एक्ट है, it's a statutory organization that works under the Labor Ministry, and it provides your social security to the organized sector and not to the unorganized sector. And large focus has been given to these 3 schemes, that is Provident Fund, pension, and insurance. These are the 3 social security measures that are required by any person or any worker. So what happened recently? That this organization has achieved a new milestone of collection of achievement of 13.41 लाख मेंबर. तो आज इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के 13 लाख मेंबर्स बन चुके हैं, मीन्स ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर्स के जो एम्प्लॉयज होते हैं वो इसका पार्ट बनते हैं, तो वो इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का पार्ट बन चुके हैं। दैट्स व्हाई अभी रिसेंटली बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज चली थी ईपीएफओ के बारे में, तो हमें एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेक्शन में ये टॉपिक पता होना चाहिए। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which of the following river is not traversing through Lesotho? तो Lesotho एक country, it's a country in Africa where India has recently sent some food grains due to the food crisis faced by this country. So the question of the geography can be formed on this country. The options are with respect to the rivers traversing via Lesotho. Options are Orange, Caledon, Zambezi, Orange and Caledon both. तो आंसर इज सी, जाम्बेसी। जाम्बेसी आपकी अलग जिम्बाब्वे रीजन से निकलती है, लिसोथो बहुत नीचे आता है, तो हमें लिसोथो की लोकेशन देखनी है। अभी इंडिया ने एक नया कंसाइनमेंट भेजा है 1000 मेट्रिक टन ऑफ राइस का टू लिसोथो फॉर द फूड सिक्योरिटी ऑफ दिस रीजन। लेट्स सी द लोकेशन ऑफ लिसोथो। सी एक साउथ अफ्रीका में दो छोटे छोटे पार्ट है, वन इज स्वाजीलैंड which is part of South Africa, and Lesotho, which is a different country altogether. So we have sent to this part of the world. Let's see the other locations, other countries of the region: Angola, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, Malawi, Madagascar is in Indian Ocean. So यहाँ पे हमने कंसाइनमेंट भेजा है, एंड आपकी जो जाम्बेजी रिवर होती है दिस फ्लोज बिटवीन जाम्बिया एंड जिम्बाब्वे एंड नॉट लिसोथो, तो ये बहुत दूर दूर तक कहीं पास नहीं है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, with respect to Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, recently our Prime Minister has paid tribute to Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji on his birth anniversary of 25 December, and इस दिन और किसकी birth anniversary होती है? अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी also. So let's see the statement. He was born on 25 December 1861 in Allahabad, Uttar Pradesh, and graduated from Muir Central College in 1884. This is correct statement. He served as the president of INC only in 1919 session. This is wrong because he has served as a president of INC for the 4 times: Delhi, Amritsar, Lahore sessions also. He coined the slogan Satyamev Jayate during INC session of 18. So this is correct. तो सत्यमेव जयते का जो हमारा एक बार क्वेश्चन भी आ चुका है, that from where we have taken, that is from Mundak Upanishads. Then they can also ask, UPSC can ask that Satyamev Jayate किसने coin किया है for the adoption in our struggle, freedom struggle. Then it could be Satyamev Jayate can be attributed to Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. So answer will be here B1 and 3. Let's see the explanation. He presided over the 4 sessions in Lahore 1909, not 1930 Lahore session, that is famous during Pandit Nehru ji, and 1913 Delhi, 1919 Amritsar, 1919 is famous for another thing which you can mention in the comment section. 1932 is Calcutta. Then statement 3 is correct, Satyamev Jayate. Let's see some other facts with respect to Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, that certain newspapers are founded by Malviya ji, that is The Leader, Abhyudaya, Maryada. He wrote under the pen name of Makrand, focusing on the nationalist issue, and he is the person who gave the Mahatma Gandhi ji gave him the pen name Mahatma, was bestowed by Mahatma Gandhi for his leadership and the reformist. तो महात्मा गांधी ने इन्हें नाम दिया था महामाना, and he also chaired हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स का बोर्ड, प्रेसिडेंट बोर्ड्स जो होते हैं, to promote the journalism. Apart from this, he has established BHU in 1916 as well as serves as its vice chancellor, and he also co-founded Hindu Mahasabha and स्काउट एंड गाइड सिस्टम इन इंडिया। तो हमें ये कुछ फैक्ट्स यू शुड नो अबाउट पंडित मदन मोहन मालवीय। मूविंग ऑन, consider the following statements about Matsya Seva Kendra. So statement 1, they were launched under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana in 2020. The aim of the Matsya Seva Kendra is to exclusively focus on providing the financial aid to the farmers, to the fish farmers. So this is wrong. देखो ऐसे एक्सट्रीम स्टेटमेंट आ गया है, एक्सक्लूसिव फोकस तो यूजुअली रॉन्ग होते हैं. सो हेयर ऑल्सो इट इज रॉन्ग बिकॉज इट्स अ comprehensive place to give support to the fish farmers and not just financial aid. Statement 3, they are equipped with the labs for water, soil, microbial analysis and offer services like disease testing and capacity building. So this is true. अब आप ये देखो, ये बहुत जनरल सा स्टेटमेंट है तो इट कैन बी ट्रू. कई बार हमें नहीं भी पता होता तो भी हम आंसर मार्क कर सकते हैं ऐसे में कि लैब होंगी, टेस्टिंग होगी, कुछ सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कर देंगे फिशेस फार्मर्स को फॉर देयर इंक्रीजिंग देयर फिश प्रोडक्शन. सो statement 2 and 3 will be your answer. This, let's see, 1 and 3 will be your answer. 2 is wrong since it is not exclusively focusing on financial aid but provides a comprehensive support in aquaculture disease management training. Okay, and it was launched under संपदा योजना इन 2020. तो मत्स्य संपदा योजना आपकी फिशरीज में है, ये ऐसा हमें पता है, मत्स्य से पता चल जाता है. एंड उसी के अंदर दो इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च किए हैं, मत्स्य सेवा केंद्र एंड सागर मित्रा. सो दिस क्वेश्चन हैज बीन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस टू स्कीम्स. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस एक और ऐसी स्कीम के अंदर मत्स्य संपदा योजना के अंदर इनिशिएटिव है, दैट इज सागर मित्र. तो ये और suppose this seva kendra is a one center, तो at the higher level मतलब एक पूरे एरिया के लिए, तो हर फील्ड के लिए ये सागर मित्र को असाइन किया गया है जो कि कोऑर्डिनेशन बिठाएंगे जितने भी मछुआरे होते हैं और हमारे गवर्नमेंट के बीच में, सो दैट दे कैन रीप द बेनिफिट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट स्कीम. और ये कहाँ कहाँ लॉन्च किए गए हैं? कोस्टल स्टेट्स में, नॉट इन ऑल द स्टेट्स. तो ये हमें खासकर याद रखना है क्योंकि फिशरी प्रोडक्शन तो कोस्टल के इनलैंड भी होता है अपार्ट फ्रॉम कोस्टल, बट दिस स्कीम initiative is for coastal states only. Moving on with respect to our next question, that is free movement regime between India and Myanmar. So let's see what is this regime about. Free movement regime allows ethnic communities living along the India-Myanmar border to travel up to 16 kilometers on both the side of the border without a visa. So ये बात सही है, हमारा एक FMR regime है जो कि if this is the border of India-Myanmar, then यहाँ के लोग म्यांमार के इंडिया आ सकते हैं, इंडिया के लोग म्यांमार जा सकते हैं with respect to 16 kilometer only, because there is presence of यहाँ पे कुछ ट्राइब्स रहती हैं, कुछ लोग रहते हैं जिनमें आपस में फैमिली कनेक्शंस हैं, तो इनमें आपस की बॉन्डिंग है टू प्रमोट टू गिव दैट थिंग एक्सेस टू दिस रिलेशनशिप्स सो दैट बार बार लोगों को परेशानी ना हो. ये रिजीम लाई गई थी बीच में, ये रिजीम अभी रिसेंटली न्यूज में थी बिकॉज आवर होम मिनिस्टर हैज स्टॉप्ड दिस मूवमेंट आफ्टर द this Bangladesh chaos and your Myanmar re-entry of the lot of migrants from Myanmar into India and ethnic strife going in Manipur. So because of these reasons, this regime was suspended for a meanwhile. However, again, regime has been opened up, but not for 16 kilometers, but for the lesser kilometers. So let's see the statement 2. FMR aims to facilitate the culture economic exchange. So this is true, but prohibits the trade in goods and services. This is also correct because किसी भी दो कंट्री के बीच का ट्रेड किससे गाइड होता है? बाय योर World Trade Organization's rules and not between the individual country की जो गवर्नमेंट्स होती हैं वो रूल्स बनाएंगी, ये वर्ल्ड ट्रेड के रूल्स के अकॉर्डिंग होगा, नॉट एट द लेवल ऑफ विद इन सर्टेन किलोमीटर. तो ट्रेड अलाउड नहीं होता है. इट इज मॉनिटर्ड जॉइंटली बाय इंडिया थ्रू बॉर्डर अफेयर कमीशन. सो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कौन रहते हैं, हमारे आसाम राइफल्स रहते हैं. बॉर्डर अफेयर कमीशन भी रहते हैं, बट लार्जली आसाम राइफल मैनेज करती है. सो आवर आंसर विल बी 1 and 3. सॉरी 1 and 2, बिकॉज 1 3 में तो हमारे को आसाम राइफल रहती है. एंड strictly prohibit large scale trade. Any trade must comply with the bilateral agreements, customs and regulations. So this is correct. And अभी जो अलाउ किया है वो 10 किलोमीटर के लिए किया है, अदरवाइज इट्स अ 16 किलोमीटर सिस्टम. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रोपुर न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट के रिस्पेक्ट में. ये रोपुर न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट कहाँ पे है, हमारा बांग्लादेश में. एंड इट इज सेट अप विद द हेल्प ऑफ इंडिया एंड रशिया. रशिया की जो न्यूक्लियर एजेंसी है वो क्या है, रोजा एटम. तो अभी हमारा फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट क्या है, इट्स अ फर्स्ट न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट इन बांग्लादेश. ये बात तो सही है, बट इट इज बीइंग बिल्ट विद द असिस्टेंट फ्रॉम रशिया एंड नॉट योर France. The plant is based on the CANDU, Canada Deuterium uranium reactor technology that uses natural uranium. So this is incorrect. It is based on very heavy pressurized water reactor technology, because Russia makes its reactors, nuclear reactor, on this technology, while Canada makes on CANDU technology. It is located near Meghna. So this is wrong. It is located near Padma River for water supply. So हमें ज्योग्राफी भी पता होनी चाहिए, मेघना पद्मा कौन सी रिवर है, कहाँ से फ्लो कर रही है. So it's based on Padma River. It's not on Kandu technology, but pressurized water reactor developed by Russia, and it is much safer technology because its containment vessels are very strong. Apart from that, it's built with respect to Russia's help. Why this is in news? Because news certain irregularities has been alleged on this nuclear plant. So this was in news. Moving on to our next question with respect to Belgavi session of INC. It's the only session presided over by Mahatma Gandhi. This is correct statement. The session passed a resolution supporting complete independence as the ultimate goal. No. Rather, this session was to promote the non-cooperation movement. It is the Poorn Swaraj session तो हमारा बहुत बाद में हुआ था 1930s में. Okay. The session took place in Karnataka, which was then part of Bombay Presidency. So this is करेक्ट. ये हमें बॉम्बे प्रेसिडेंसी कंफ्यूज करने के लिए दिया है, बिकॉज वी कैन ऑल्सो थिंक कि मद्रास प्रेसिडेंसी का पार्ट होगा, बट बेलगावी जो कर्नाटका में है वो महाराष्ट्र का पार्ट था एंड नॉट योर बॉम्बे. बट ये सेशन एकमात्र सेशन है जो हमारे महात्मा गांधी जी ने प्रिसाइड किया एंड चॉइस रखी बेलगावी बिकॉज इट्स अ नॉन पॉलिटिकल सिटी एट दैट टाइम. दैट इज वाई. एंड क्यों ये सेशन हुआ था? largely to promote the communal harmony through and self-reliance through khadi and the village industry under this non-cooperation movement. So this is the only session, that Belgavi session of 1924, that is headed by your Mahatma Gandhi ji's leadership. Usually Mahatma Gandhi used to keep aside himself from the formal leadership positions. Moving on, recently new committee was in news, that is Pushpak Bhattacharya committee formed by RBI. And the question is, it is related to which of the following issues, that is cyber security, in financial transaction, financial literacy, ethical and responsible adoption of AI, or feasibility study of UPI? So answer is AI, to develop the framework for ethical responsible adoption of AI, that is फ्री एआई। तो इस कमेटी का टारगेट रहेगा कि हम एक ऐसा फ्रेमवर्क, एक ऐसी गाइडलाइंस बनाए जो कि फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर के एआई नीड्स को फुलफिल कर सके एंड एथिकली उसका कंडक्ट हो सके। सो दिस इज द पुष्पक भट्टाचार्य कमेटी फॉर एआई इन द फाइनेंशियल services. Next question. Black Sea is strategically significant and borders with multiple countries. Again, Black Sea, West Asia, these regions are very important. Not these days, Africa is also is much in news and questions are also asked from Africa. So ये questions तो आपको कभी map questions तो these are the bonus points. So always study maps properly. तो again Black Sea आ गया आपका। ब्लैक सी में रिसेंटली 2 ऑयल टैंकर्स टकराए हैं एंड ऑयल स्पिल हुआ है। एज अ रिजल्ट द एनवायरमेंटल क्राइसिस हैज बिगन इन योर ब्लैक सी नियर द कर्च स्टेट। तो अब आपसे उसी पे ही क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया गया, कौन सी कंट्रीज बॉर्डर करती हैं? आंसर इज ए 1 2 3 5 रोमानिया, बल्गेरिया, टर्की and Ukraine and not Armenia. Let's see the location. So Russia आ गया, Georgia, Turkey, and here again we have Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, and Ukraine, not Armenia. अर्मेनिया आपका जॉर्जिया के दूसरी साइड आता है, तो अर्मेनिया इज नॉट द राइट आंसर। तो ये तो आपको लोकेशंस, फॉर एग्जांपल क्रीमियम पेनिनसुला, ये आपकी कर्च स्टेट है, दैट इज कनेक्टिंग सी Azov. Here Danube river is flowing out. Here we have Istanbul, Bosphorus state, and this is Sea of Marmaras, and this is your Dardanelles state. This is the opening of Black Sea from Sea of Marmara connecting Bosphorus state to the Dardanelles state into the Mediterranean Sea. Next question, Parker Solar Probe launched by NASA for a study of Sun is in news. So let's see certain facts with respect to the Parker Solar Probe. It's the closest spacecraft ever sent to Sun. This is correct. Primary objective of the mission is to study Sun's core. The spacecraft uses a specially designed heat shield. तो ये तो करेगा ही कुछ तो अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, तो ये तो जनरल स्टेटमेंट है, दिस इज करेक्ट। तो 1 3 तो करेक्ट है ही। इट्स लॉन्च्ड अबोर्ड from SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. So this is wrong. So your 4 is incorrect. Answer will be 1 and 3. So अभी हमारे नासा के साइंटिस्ट ने बोला है कि Parker Solar Probe survived the closest ever approach to the sun. Less than 7 million kilometer तक वो सन के पहुंच चुकी है, and it will study, not study the core directly but the corona and the solar wind, जिससे हम indirectly core के बारे में पता लगाएंगे। So its mission is not to study the core, वो तो possible ही नहीं है सन के core तक पहुंचना। आप सन के पास पहुंच जाए वो भी बहुत बड़ी बात है, अभी तक ऐसा कुछ नहीं बना है। And third statement that there will be the shield, that's true, and it is launched by your Delta 4 heavy rocket, not SpaceX Falcon. Let's move on to our mains question parts. Now question number 1 is judicial accountability is a cornerstone of healthy democracy. In this context, critically analyze the mechanism of judicial accountability, the challenges it faces and measures needed to ensure an independent yet accountable judiciary. So ये जो topic है judicial accountability itself is a topic on which question is repeatedly asked in mains, and मतलब ये खुद में एक टॉपिक जो कि जिसमें ज़्यादा नहीं है, छोटा सा टॉपिक है. सो वी शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ ऑल द थिंग्स. तो ये क्वेश्चन बहुत फेवरेट है जुडिशरी से रिलेटेड, पॉलिटी में, गवर्नेंस में. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. ना अभी क्या हुआ है, रिसेंटली बहुत सारे जजेस के अगेंस्ट एक्यूजेशन लगा है. ऑपोजिशन हैज रिसेंटली have thought to begin this impeachment motion against the Allahabad judge. So काफी judges की accountability को लेके question आए उठे हैं. As a result, this question is very much predictable in the mains paper. So how we will start writing this? So first we will explain what is judicial accountability, that the accountability of judiciary that ensures checks and balances as well as the accountability to the people and to itself, and how it is important in the democratic setup. What is the importance of accountability in democracy? Then we will mention that how judiciary ensures the accountability while ensuring the transparency and impartiality and also protecting its independence, means there is no extra interference from any other organ of the state. Now let's, in this question you will also discuss with respect to judicial accountability what are the main concerns, that is especially your article 124. Article 124 is with respect to your appointment. Article 121 and 201 against the conduct of the judges. And we will also tell us a brief, दिस इज ऑल गोइंग ऑन इन योर इंट्रो. उसके बाद हम मेन बॉडी में क्या लिखेंगे, हम थोड़ा सा आर्टिकल्स के बारे में बताएंगे, दैट यस वी नो सर्टेन आर्टिकल्स, क्या क्या टॉपिक्स पे जजेस के बारे में मेन क्वेश्चंस उठते हैं. देन वी विल ऑल्सो टेल कि खाली अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं बट इंडिपेंडेंस इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, दैट इंडिपेंडेंस शुड नॉट बी bypassed, that there is inherent conflict in between the two but we need the harmony. Then how we will write, then we will start point wise. कैसे लिखेंगे, सबसे पहले तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, कभी भी पॉलिटी के क्वेश्चन में स्टार्ट करेंगे, we will write कि what does constitution say about that particular thing. Then we will see if there is any law. तो ये एक हमारा फ्रेमवर्क होता है, and never suggest anything beyond this two things. तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या लिखा है, that with respect to the appointment and the removal process. So इन दोनों से हम एक accountability mechanism होते हैं हमारे. Then we'll mention how judges are removed after by president after consultation with CJI after the special procedure, that is impeachment by the parliament. Then we'll also write how accountability is maintained by a review of the decisions. The judicial review maintains the accountability because they themselves check their own judgments and also of the subordinate courts. And this ensures accountability to the legal system as well as to the public. Then next mechanism of accountability is the code of conduct for the judges. That is, this is a single guideline made by the Supreme Court that defines the judges conducts. तो ये गाइडलाइन हमारे कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट होते हैं, जैसे हमारी सिविल सर्विसेज के कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट होते हैं ऐसे जजेस के भी होते हैं जो कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने गाइडलाइन बनाई है. देयर इज प्रोविजन फॉर द इन हाउस इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑल्सो फॉर द करप्शन एंड मिसकंडक्ट. सो ये हम सारे अकाउंटेबिलिटी के मैकेनिज्म्स जो अवेलेबल हैं दैट वी विल मेंशन. देन वी विल मेंशन कि क्या चैलेंजेस हैं. सबसे पहले एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी का इशू है. ट्रांसपेरेंसी, appointment, promotion, transfer, in all three things there is issue of transparency and this is especially due to collegium system. तो ये हमें 3-4 words mention करने हैं. Plus there is no scrutiny. Judges enjoys lot of immunity in our country. They cannot be questioned for any error or misconduct. Plus there is judicial imbalance, judicial overreach, because sometimes judicially overreach into the domains of our legislature and executive. For example, you can mention the order of 100 500-meter ban of alcohol across the highway. So this was a example of judicial overreach, because this is a decision to be taken by the executive and not your judges. Then definitely there is pendency delays of the cases around 8 crore. This fact you can quote from NJAC. So आप source mention करके then you will write about the impeachment process, that till date no judge has been impeached and it's very complicated. After writing the challenges, then we'll come up to the measures to improve the accountability process. तो सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे हम, अपॉइंटमेंट में ठीक सुधार करेंगे, एक कमेटी बननी चाहिए, coordination between the executive and the judiciary. There should be a national judicial commission as available in USA also. Then हमारा judicial oversight, there should be some mechanism to check judiciary also. Then we should also have public accountability, that they should make access to their assets, resources, services, qualification, everything in public domain. RTI, not just CGI, but expandable into all the systems of your judiciary. Plus, we can introduce some mechanisms via technology. Plus, we should strengthen the impeachment purpose process so that it becomes effective, and it should be given to an independent body, the impeachment, for investigation, so that it could be made real. कोई गलत करे तो उससे सजा मिले. तो ये एक न्याय का मूल आधार है. तो वो इम्पीचमेंट में अगर कोई जज गलत करता है तो वो भी वैलिड रहे, तो उसके लिए एक इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी बनाने की हमें आवश्यकता है. Then there is some mechanism for evaluating the performance of each judge, because lot of pendency is there in our courts. And then we can write कि देखो accountability तो है, but we should not, maintaining accountability should not jeopardize the independence and the respect that our courts, especially the Supreme Court, enjoys in the eyes of the public. So this way we can conclude. Moving on to our next question, that is question on GS3. अभी climate change बहुत न्यूज में रहा है, because 1.5% का जो हमारा टारगेट था, that we have to control within this century the temperature of 1.5 degree Celsius of the entire globe from the time period that we have taken as a benchmark, then that has been breached in year 2024. तो हमारा टेम्परेचर फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्रियल टाइम से, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन से 1.5 डिग्री ओवरऑल ग्लोब का बढ़ चुका है. अब जो हम रोकना चाह रहे थे, जो हमने प्लेजेस ली थी पैरिस समिट में, वो ब्रीच हो चुकी हैं. सो क्योटो प्रोटोकॉल बिकेम अ फेलियर. सो अब बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन उठ रहे हैं, तो ये क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ विल सी कि क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है कि इम्पैक्ट ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज ऑन इंडिया, स्पेशली इंडियाज इकोनॉमी, एग्रीकल्चर, वाटर रिसोर्स एंड पब्लिक हेल्थ, and suggest measures to mitigate it. So we will start with climate change. We can give some data, then we'll write directly, come to the point that impact क्या है climate change का. सबसे पहले सब पॉइंट्स बनाएंगे, सब पार्ट्स बनाएंगे, फिर उसमें फर्दर पॉइंट्स लिखेंगे. तो सब पॉइंट में सबसे पहले इकोनॉमी में आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एक्सट्रीम इवेंट्स होते हैं क्लाइमेट चेंज से, उससे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डिसबैलेंस होता है, आपका खराब हो जाता है, जीडीपी ग्रोथ रुकती है, प्लस लॉस होता है, जॉब लॉस होते हैं, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आता है. So these are certain disruptions. Apart from this, if there is heat stress or it's a wind cold stress, then we'll be hospitalized. Hospital to out of pocket expenditure will be increased. So such things impact our GDP by 2 to 3% according to the studies. तो यहाँ पे आप डेटा डाल सकते हैं किसी भी मेजर साइंटिफिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का. Then on agriculture we see crop failure, crop yield variability, increased pest infection, you can say locust attack in Rajasthan, plus potato में wilt disease excessively increase होना, shifting cropping pattern because of the uncertainty and dependency on monsoons. Then with respect to water resource, we'll write कि glacial lakes are retreating, then we are having glacial lake overflow. Then South Asian region is facing the worst water crisis, erratic rainfall, groundwater is depleting. Then you can quote Niti Aayog report here with respect to groundwater, as well as on health, heat stress, vector-borne disease, and food security and water security. Unsafe drinking water is a big issue in India. प्लस हमारा ग्राउंड वाटर कंटामिनेट होता है तो उससे भी डिजीज होती है अनसेफ वाटर की वजह से. So these are the things that you can quote. Now let's see what measures could be there. At first place we should have a policy first. तो हमारा पॉलिसी एक्शन क्या है? NAPCC है, एक नेशनल एक्शन प्लान है क्लाइमेट चेंज के अंदर. देयर आर 8 मिशन अंडर दिस प्लान. Focusing on health also, there is one renewable energy and afforestation. Then we should work on the state level plans tailored to the regional vulnerabilities, regional requirements. Then adoption of sustainable एग्रीकल्चर जिसमें हम बोल सकते हैं इंटरनेशनल ईयर ऑफ मिलेट्स वी हैव सेलिब्रेटेड. देन वी आर ऑल्सो डूइंग organic farming. Then we are promoting in this 2024 budget, government has promoted natural farming, micro irrigation, watershed management. These are certain practices that should be adopted in agriculture. Then in water there should be water bodies rejuvenation, especially of the traditional water bodies. Then there should be some water tax, or you can say some water fee for judicious use. We can also interlink the rivers. With respect to renewable energy, we have a Paris के अंदर हमने ग्लोबल प्लेजेस करी हैं, हमने NDC सबमिट कर रखे हैं, प्लस वी हैव सर्टेन अदर टारगेट्स दैट इज 500 गीगावाट हमने देना है 2030 तक बाय रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. प्लस देयर इज फेम मिशन जहां हम इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. देन next most important part that cannot be neglected is community participation and awareness. Any scheme or anything that government does or promote cannot work if there is no community participation and awareness. So this is the foremost thing. So these are all the mitigations measures that could be taken on the topics that are mentioned in your question. So ऐसे हम करके कुछ गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स लिख के ऐसे हम क्वेश्चन एंड कर सकते हैं. फिर हम कंक्लूजन में लिखेंगे climate change, survivability, multi-stakeholder, multi-pronged action that are required. On positive note, we can conclude. Never be critical in your conclusion. क्योंकि एक futuristic answer, you are going to be an officer that is required. So this was all in today's discussion.